Hi, my name is Rich and I just got the keys to my brand new studio in Brighton. Let me give you a tour of the space. Room 1. So this first room is going to be kind of a control center. We're going to have a bunch of desks in here. We're going to be working on CreateScene, editing the videos, putting whiteboards and art up on the walls for inspiration, and mind mapping. So this is going to be where we do a lot of thinking and a lot of editing. There's a door here that goes through to the next room, so let's take that. Room number 2. This room is going to be the lounge. Well, lounge, meeting space, cutting, model making, comic books, reading, library, I don't know. But this room is going to be more fun, more chill, somewhere to hang out when we're not editing, when we're not painting, when we're not doing other things. So this is going to be a fun room. That's going to be where the fun stuff happens. Let's go check it out. Much room for activities. I can sing in here as well. Hello! This is where... Now this room is going to be where all the fun stuff happens. This is the creative heart of the studio. It's the middle room, it's the biggest space. It's going to be where I film, do photo shoots, do model making, podcast, whatever creative things I want to do. This is going to be the main room to do it in. I have a fireplace now. It doesn't work, but it looks nice. So maybe podcast? I have a lot of stuff. A lot of spray paint, a lot of tools, a lot of other stuff for making artwork. So I'm going to need to build some shelves. And I'm thinking this might be the perfect wall for it. So imagine this whole space here. Floor to ceiling, shelves, tools. That'll come later, but that's going to go there. I have a nook in my studio. Is that a nook? I think it's a nook. It's a sitting nook, a reading nook, a nookie nook. Anyway, I have a nook in the studio, so that's nice. So I think I am going to have to soundproof this room because it's currently an empty shell with lots of concrete and lots of wood, and it's not great for sound. So look out for soundproofing in the future, because at the moment it's a bit echoey and sounds everywhere. So we need to do something about that. I have a bathroom. It's a bathroom. Room number 4, because I'm not including the bathroom as a room, I have a kitchen now. This is the first studio I've had that's had a separate kitchen, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be exclusively for making coffee, because at CreateScene we love coffee and we drink a lot of it. So if you're in Brighton and you want to come around and see some artwork and have a coffee, I'm barista trained. That's where I'm going to put the coffee machine. Room number 5. This is going to be a storage room. It's at the back of the studio. It's the perfect space to have lots of shelves for all of the canvases and everything that I don't want to get damaged or messy in the art room. So look out for lots of shelves and lots of canvases. And if you want to buy a painting, go on my website, richsimmonsart.com, link in the bio. Buy a painting so I can make more artwork and more videos for you. Storage. So that's the full studio tour. I now have to go to storage tomorrow, get everything out, bring it to Brighton, and fill this space with everything I need to turn it into a perfect studio. So Join me, won't you, as we go to Croydon. When stuff has been in storage for 2 years, you kind of forget how much stuff you have, and I have 2 lockers in this one facility. So hopefully we can get all of this in the van and most of downstairs, but this might take 2 trips, so we'll see. Anyway, that's day 1 of the first studio move into CreateScene Studios. From storage to here. I can't even talk, but all the heavy stuff is done, all the furniture's in. I'm gonna go home and have a shower and sleep for the next 2 days until the next move happens. Studio move, day 2, let's do this. Right, it is move day number 3. It's the final move day. It's basically just artwork now. So I'm going to load up, get it down to the van and get it off to Brighton. Right, it's the first day back in the studio after the big move, and everything is just everywhere in pieces. We disassembled all of the tables, all of the shelving units, everything. So my job today is to start rebuilding stuff. Right, the next phase of the studio build is going to be creating storage, and I've got this room at the back which is perfect for storing all of my artwork. So I'm going to take all of these shelves from the old studio, rebuild them into something that will fit all the paintings on in this space here. So that's the next job. Now the good thing about this room is that it's really high ceilings. So before the shelves were kind of a 2-tier thing, now I think I can get a 3rd tier on it and fill up the space so I can fit even more artwork up the top. So let's see if we can do that. Okay, so before I build much more of this, I need to figure out how big the paintings are going to be. So I'm going to have to get a painting, figure out how high it is, and that's where the next strut is going to go to give this some stability. Okay, I've got the next level on. Now I need a ladder to go higher and build the next bit. So I'm going to go climb. Okay, so I managed to build the shelves all the way to the top. It's now a 3-tier when it should have been a 2-tier. But that means I can fit more canvases on and it goes way higher into the ceiling, which is perfect. Now I just need to build 2 more of these and then start stacking them with canvases. Right, that is all of the shelves now built for the storage room. There's different heights for different size canvases, and there's lots of space up top to store even more things. All I have to do to make it a bit more secure is go to the hardware store and get some cable ties and secure them through these gaps just to make it a bit more solid. And then tomorrow I'll come back and I'll start loading it all up with canvases. But for today, that is job done. Okay, so I've cleared this corner of the painting room and I'm going to start building shelves and organising things. I think this is going to be the perfect space to store all of my paint, brand new canvases, and maybe even a workstation, tool bench, whatever I want to do over here. I've managed to get this corner of the studio set up today with the new shelves, all of the new canvas up the top, and I've put all of the boxes of paint ready to organise in this corner out the way. So that gives me a bit more space in the rest of the studio to organise and set some other bits up. So that's what I'm going to do now. So a few years ago in my old studio, someone gifted me a giant 6-foot light box, which has got this industrial aluminium casing around it, and I thought it would make the perfect work table. So I customized some legs out of scaffolding pieces, put it on wheels, bolted it all together, added some brackets to it, and it's been in pieces in storage ever since. And today I'm going to try and piece that together on my own, but it's incredibly heavy, so I'm going to see if I can do this on my own. Okay, the desk is built, but the moment of truth. Did I do it right, and is it going to be level? Now I know this isn't the perfect solution, but I'm on my own and I needed to figure out the spacing between the shelves to get them even. And it turns out that 2 rolls of tape is the perfect size gap between the shelves. And it also allows me to balance them so I can make the markings, know where to drill and get the raw plugs in and be able to screw these into the wall, and they're the perfect size gap in between them. So sometimes you have to think outside the box and use what you have around you. And in this case, I have tape. So I've grouped up all of the paint that I use into different categories of color. So we've got monochromatics and whites, blacks and transparents, pinks and reds, blues, teals and greens, skin tones and golds, and then miscellaneous. What I have to do now is figure out what goes in what order on the shelves behind me. Now the colors I use most when I'm painting are usually blacks, whites, monochromatics. So I'm thinking that they need to be the easiest to get to on the shelf. So I'm going to start blacks and greys and whites on the bottom shelf and then start going up in different color categories as I go higher. I need somewhere to store my spray paint masks, and what better place than with the actual paint itself. And I've got the 3 end plates to the shelves that are perfect to put in a hook and hang the spray paint masks. Bang, bang, bang. Easy to find, easy to use, safety first. Let's go. I'm still not sure what I'm going to do with this workstation area, but I need to clear some more space, and I've got 3 pots of paint and a bunch of empty shelves, so I'm going to load these up onto there and make some space. Right, so I've reorganized all of the paint onto this side of the shelving unit, and it's all stacked up and looking great, which gives me this side free to figure out some kind of system to organize all of the nuts and bolts and spray paint caps and tools that I have lying around. And I've watched a lot of Adam Savage videos, and I've seen him organize a studio meticulously. So I'm gonna figure out my own system to put everything in here in an organized way. So I'm gonna go to the shop and see what I can find. Okay, that was a success. I managed to find a bunch of matching storage in a few different sizes, in this kind of cloudy, transparent black, perfect for organizing everything I need. So now I'm gonna get all of the nuts and bolts, all of the bits and pieces, and start putting them in these and up on the shelves. Okay, I've just got done organizing this corner of the studio and I'm pretty happy with it. I've got all my paint down at the bottom, I've organized a bunch of stuff into boxes up here, and I've got all of my tools out. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better than it has been in previous studios. All I need to do now is figure out what's going to happen here, put these boards up and create a workstation, and then it'll be done. But that is for another day. Right, I'm pretty happy with how the corner of the studio has turned out and this workstation area. We've got the pegboard up with all of the different things that I need easy access to for around the studio. Pencils, paintbrushes, masking tape, foam rollers, all of that stuff. It's nice and easy to get to, which means I think the studio is pretty much ready to go. All I need to do is give it a tidy, and then I can give you a tour of the finished studio. So keep watching, and I look forward to showing you how it's all turned out. This new studio is going to allow me to create, make and build in brand new ways that I wasn't able to before, and I want to show you how versatile it's going to be. This table is big enough that I'm going to be able to draw up new stencils on the light box, cut them, paint, make models. It's a really big versatile table that's going to allow me to do a lot of things, and it's on wheels so I can move it around. One of the things I really want to do moving forwards is launch a CreateScene podcast to meet other people from different creative scenes and have conversations about all things art and creativity. And I think this table in the studio and how it's set up is going to be perfect for that. So if you want to listen to a CreateScene podcast in the future, let me know in the comments below. And if you want to be a guest and sit opposite me, please get in touch. One of the best things about the studio is that it's got really high ceilings, which is perfect because it allows me to transform the space into a photo shoot studio. This is going to allow me to collaborate with people from the modeling scene and the photography scene and do some really interesting collaborations moving forwards. I want to show you just how high the ceilings actually are. Still can't touch them. Okay, now that the studio room is pretty much done, I want to give you a quick tour of another room that is almost done as well, and that is the storage room. I have got to work with galleries all over the world and learn how they store their artwork, and I wanted to recreate that kind of system in this studio. So when I was building this shelving unit, I gave things different size gaps. That's so I can organize the paintings between medium, small and large pieces, know where everything is, keep it super organized, and nothing is leaning into each other and causing damage. So this is the kitchen, and I haven't been able to do anything in here really because I have this giant pile of tubes full of stencils from my old studio, which I need to go through, but that's going to take quite a while to figure out what I'm going to keep, what I'm going to throw away, and where to put these tubes when they're done. So I can't do much with the other side of the kitchen yet. That's going to be a future video where I can put shelves up, I can put coffee machines in, plants and art, and make it a really nice space to come and make a drink. I might just keep all of the tubes here and build a fort, to be honest. So the kitchen is going to be a work in progress for another time, and the bathroom is also basically just storage at the moment. I'll do that another time as well. But the next project is going to be the lounge space. This is the room that I am calling the lounge in the studio because it's where I'm going to be able to come and hang out and get away from other things. I've got a sofa so I can sit down, I can read, I can have a cup of coffee. I've got my 2 tables here put together so I can cut some stencils, listen to some music. All of these boxes are full of comic books and novels and art books so I can read them. I'm going to put my drum kit in the corner so I can play that sometimes. Cover the space in artwork and just make a really cool chill vibe where I can come and sit down, get some ideas together, do some research and hang out. So this is the office for the studio, and this is going to be where I come and work on all things CreateScene, Art as Secure, and my own artwork, doing all the business side of things, the admin, the emails, the calls, and all of the video editing for all of the future content that we want to release is going to be done right there. The next video is going to be all about finishing off the studio and doing all the curation and finishing touches, hanging up all the artwork and prints, putting up shelves so I have space to put out my comics and my books and my toys, putting plants and rugs around the space to make it a really warm, inviting, creative place to come and work. So if you want to watch that, please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button so you never miss a video, and please subscribe to CreateScene.com, and I will see you on there very soon.